Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again. It's the opera. It's Mother Week. It's day 13 of our little experiment here. We are doing all the operas all the time, trying to simultaneously save and destroy opera. I think we're doing both quite successfully, as a matter of fact. You know, tonight, as I said, is the continuation of Mother Week. We have already had Virgin Week. We have had Goddess Week, and next week is Whore Week. We are here to celebrate the 4 of the many, many rich stereotypes that women are forced to endure in opera and other performance forms. But we prefer to explore Mother Week right now because we thought it was appropriate, since, you know, a mother, she has so much drama surrounding her almost automatically, because, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you have some sort of major hormonal event, you're going to get drama. And the mother in this particular opera is no exception. She is in fact dead by the time the opera begins. But don't you worry, she has exerted plenty of control over all the characters that you're about to see. This is very like mothers. I don't know how many of you have mothers, but they tend to exert some superhuman control over their children and their families. We don't know why. We're here to explore that. Maybe we'll have an answer by the end of the night. So the story of, it's our intendant, Professor Dr. Helga Hopsasa. Hello, Professor Dr. How are you this evening? I'm quite well, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to have you, as always. I was just telling everybody about the opera that we have slated for tonight, Werther. Could you tell us a little bit about this opera? I know that it was your choice to have such a depressing opera, and I'm sure you have something to say about it, as you always have something completely invaluable to say about everything. Yes, I have chosen this particular piece because it is, I am a bit of a Francophile, and I am also very strict, and so I find that the themes of a French person joyfully describing a very depressive German family suits my temperament quite well. Oh, that's really fascinating. And as always, we're really curious to know why you program the strange selections that you do. So now we're all a bit wiser. I'm going to run off to my seat in the upper back, lower, under parterre. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to leave you with a little clip of all the many, many happy people that are about to take their seats with me at the opera. And that includes all the people on stage. They are already a bit depressed. They know what's coming. They're prepared. And so I'm going to just run back up there, and I encourage you to enjoy the clip. So, do we have a picture? Yes. So there you heard, ladies and gentlemen, the tenor warming up his voice, as he always does, obsessively, as if that's going to make a difference. And all the extras. All those people, ladies and gents, they have socialized medicine. If they are pregnant, they can go to the doctor. That's unlike the heroine of this evening, who is dead because she didn't have socialized medicine. And the social structure at that time in Germany, in some undescribed year, probably Weimar Republic era, she, of course, it was her duty, her wifely duty, to submit to her husband and have as many children as her body would possibly allow. She had, I don't know, 9, 10, until her body just gave out, probably. She probably just fell into a massive heap on the floor. And then they decided to write an opera. Actually, they didn't write an opera first, they wrote a story. It was a story by Goethe, who, I don't know if you've ever read the original German translation, but it's sure to put you in a depressive phase for at least 2 years. I know it did me. So don't read that, actually, but do enjoy the opera. We're going to start the opera by meeting the 4 characters. There are actually many other characters in this particular opera, but we've just stuck to 4 because the rest don't really matter. And so we've got the young Werther. He is basically a drifter, which is a very convenient device used in many of the operas we're presenting here. Just put a drifter in the scene and instant conflict, so there you go. This particular drifter, he is inexplicably asked to accompany a young lady, Charlotte, to the ball because her fiancé is also inexplicably missing, probably on some kind of boring business trip. And of course they fall in love, and of course the fiancé comes back, and of course he's a total bore, and nevertheless she promised her dying mother, there we have the mother theme, ladies and gentlemen, she promised her dying mother that she would marry the boring twerp. And so there you go, unhappiness. And there are also lots of children involved, of course, because before the mother croaked, she, of course, pressed out tons of little babies. And they're all still in the picture. The father, you know, he's got other things to worry about, so he's not really so much around. He just lets his daughter take care of the family. I mean, she's a woman, that's what she's there for, right? So, but Charlotte is probably quite happy to marry the jerk just as long as she can not have to raise 14 children that she didn't even give birth to. But she's a very nice person, very sweet, very understanding, and also very young and naive. And so she doesn't really know what she's doing and gets into a lot of trouble, lots of emotional stress. By the end of this opera, pretty much everyone's ready to kill themselves, but ultimately only one actually goes through with it. And I'll let you guess which one that is. Hint, hint, title of the opera. So enjoy. We're going to watch the orchestra come in, and here we go.
All right.
Brian?
Mm.
I have to say I like this crowd. Not only are they very enthusiastic, they're also extremely good looking. And they're probably very, very smart. And we'll continue to enjoy every ounce of opera we can press out of our bodies.
You may.
Got some troublemakers in the front row, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Let's keep an eye on them, Brian.
Yeah.
Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Of course we are.
focus.
Hey.
So, here we have an extremely luxurious home. This is a German home. And we're beginning in the summertime. So we've got a nice warm light. Yeah. And as everything begins in this nice luxurious house, we've got young Werther. He's a poet, as you can see by his white scarf. He is in fact a German. He's quite depressive. He's 21. He's probably not a virgin. And he's a drifter. And Charlotte's father, knowing that Charlotte is all alone and doesn't want to go to the ball all by herself, has naturally called a drifter in to accompany her. And so there he is. And he's just singing about how wonderful everything is. Right now he's in the manic phase. So everything is great and so wonderful, and even the very air smells delightful. And the birds are tweeting and the sun is shining, although it's Germany, so actually not. But it's just all so great. And he's establishing the main themes of the evening in song. So that continues for a while. We'll just wait that out. As I prepare the other characters for their arrival. Oh, damn it. So, we've got the children of the house, of course, are also there. All the children, there's many sizes. Some are a little developmentally retarded, but you know, socialized medicine was just not what it is today. They hadn't read Marx yet, so they didn't know. But they're all there. And he's still singing. And the second eldest daughter, Sophie, she's a coloratura. There's so many coloraturas. This one is kind of in between child and mother figure, because as soon as Charlotte leaves, which she will do soon, she has to take over and raise the rest of them. So, God, he does sing for a long time, doesn't he? And, yeah. So that continues, and eventually it stops. And then, oh look, there's Charlotte. She's such a beauty. And she's so remarkably put together for somebody who is raising all her siblings all alone, without the help of her father, who at least is providing lots of money, and that's all he really has to do. And she's so charming and wonderful, and she's so pleased to meet him. Oh, hello. Hello. My goodness, this place is so ravishing. and the children and everything. I'm just filled with love and romantic feelings, and I feel many poems already stirring within my breast. Oh, that is so interesting. I've never met anyone quite like you, Mr. Werther. Yes, and I find you especially attractive. Shall we? Well, yes, we shall. And so they go to the ball. And actually, I think we'll have a little ball scene, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd all help me out with a little ball music. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is rather nice, actually. Yes, as happens so often at the opera, we go to a ball and we fall in love. It's something everyone can relate to. Yes. Well, so they leave the ball. And there's a magical connection. They really connected there. The basis of this connection is that Werther is manic depressive, and Charlotte is engaged to a completely absent, boring man.
Very natural.
But we all can relate to that, can't we, ladies and gentlemen? We've all been there. So, meanwhile, back at home, the children are still awake for some reason, so we send them to bed. Also the baby. And they're off here in the corner, talking to each other, where nobody else can hear what they're saying, and they're just oblivious to everything else happening on. Such as Sophie has just seen somebody come home unexpectedly early, and who should that be? Oh, I think we all know. It's this guy. In the opera, he's always cast to look as if he's 90. He is in fact 25. And they see each other, and they're really happy because not much happens in this village. And they have a little dialogue about how much Charlotte surely missed him, and he's so happy about that because he was really feeling a little unsure about that. She wasn't returning any of his emails, and she wasn't really so available, and he was just getting a little unsure about all that. But Sophie assures him that everything is great, and she's really looking forward to their marriage, their upcoming wedding, which of course she's not really anymore because she found someone maybe a little more exciting. But Sophie doesn't know that, so they sing this little song.
Es-tu ici? Non, pas ce soir. Elle, qui jamais n'absente aussi, pourquoi n'as-tu pas prévenu? J'ai voulu vous surprendre. Parlez-moi d'elle au moins. C'est bien long, 6 mois d'absence. Chez nous, aux absents, chacun pense patronizing. Et que s'est-il passé? Rien. Oh, c'est occupé de votre mariage, de notre mariage. On y dansera beaucoup et davantage. So, after that beautiful interlude. So, after that, they've said all they have to say, which is basically that, oh yes, I've been gone for 6 months. But everything is surely exactly the same way it was when I left, right? Yes, of course, everything is exactly the same because I'm a child. I don't know any better. I'm like 12. Okay, great. So I will take the word of a 12-year-old and assume that everything is just fine. Okay, see ya. And so she leaves. And, yeah, that's what's happened. And then, oh, awkward situation. Who's this guy? Oh, he's back. I'm so happy. Hi, love of my life. Oh, mwah. Ugh, I hate kissing him. That's so, yay. That's great. Yes, I'm back. I came early to surprise you. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for thinking of me. This is my friend, my new friend Werther, who I have absolutely no sexual attraction to whatsoever. No. Ah, yes, I believe you because I'm a little stupid. And, great, yeah, so we're getting married soon, right? Yeah. We're doing that really soon. Right, because I won't break it off because it's more important to me to keep a promise to my dead mother than it is to follow my own hopes and dreams. So, yes, we will get married. And I'm going to go cry about that now. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, it looks like time has passed. And now it's fall. It is autumn. It is autumn time. And, hey, you know what is a great thing to do in autumn, ladies and germs? Well, we don't really have time for that. We'll just make do a little bit. Oh, we're gonna get married now. Yay. So they got married. And now they are a married couple. And they're going to the church because someone's having a birthday, nobody cares, some minor character. But there needs to be a reason for them to all go to the church because it brings back many sore memories of Werther and the time that his most beloved girl got married to some dork. And so there they all are. And it hurts him, it pains him every time that he sees them together. And he's sure that Charlotte really doesn't love him. It's impossible. I mean, they're talking every day. They're on their SMSing or they're WhatsApping or they're everything. I mean, constantly. And also he's writing his miserable poetry to her every day and she's reading every line and falling more and more in love with him. And she's stuck in this split world where she's with this boring asshole and she has to maintain appearances. But at least she doesn't have to raise her siblings anymore, and that's a big plus, ladies and gentlemen. She's really happy about that. But it's all really a bit too much to bear. And here's Sophie, la la la, I don't notice anything. And here she is, and she talks to Werther, who seems to be very upset It's been 3 months, they've been married for 3 months, and I don't know what he was expecting to happen, but this is intolerable. And it's really playing with his heart. And he's about to enter a depressive phase. And Sophie, of course, not knowing any of this and not knowing anything about the way the human heart works, wants to know what's wrong. And he tells her, in the only way he knows how, that he's thinking about killing himself, which is to say that he's thinking about taking a long journey, which she doesn't understand at all, but it makes her very sad and she starts to cry. As it should, because that's very unsettling. So anyway, here's their song. I don't think that's the right scene. Here we go. Venez donc, le cortège s'approche, les soins-dits se reprochent, c'est vous seul qu'on attend. Pardonnez-moi, je pars, vous partez à l'instant, mais sans doute vous reviendrez demain, bientôt? Non, jamais! Adieu! Monsieur Werther! En tournant de la route, il n'espérait plus rien! Mon Dieu! Tout à l'heure, j'étais si joyeuse! She doesn't understand why. And Charlotte sees that her sister is crying and very upset, and she comes over. Oh, que c'est donc? Elle pleure, Sophie! Oh, ça, Monsieur Werther, oui, quelque jour, il vient de me dire, et puis, elle s'est enfuie comme femme, autre jour. And he realizes, what? He loves my wife! I never realized that. God, do I feel stupid now. And see. Take a short commercial break, ladies and gentlemen.
The fruit psychic, reading your fruits every night at 8.
Ris mix pixitava, helpare hadubada.
Oh!
Ris prixipada hada, holla paile bada helbatapa. Rosa pokotapa, hallopa tamarapatapata.
Oh!
Mudida barabata, lupata, a rap, a lupalaba, holcato, petopellerba, hol. A ringa la balballa, helga, helga. Shri hat but a herald, and we at Harila, hello, hello, table.
Hallum dum da da.
Ralla holla hallo. Whoops. Blubbly the bottle, blubba blubba blubba.
We'll give a curtain in.
So, now we're gonna just take a moment, ladies and gentlemen, in the green room. As soon as we get everyone off the stage. Stage manager, not exactly managing things, is he now?
No.
Oh my God. That's what you get if you don't pay anything. So, the green room. And we've got our hostess, as usual, ready to interview somebody. She's invited the tenor backstage. So, thank you for taking time to join me. I know that you have a very big sing tonight, and I appreciate your taking a few moments out of your busy schedule of humming over and over and over, pretending that that's going to help you find your high notes later. Yes, my pleasure. I figured that there was probably a television camera here, and this would be more important. And so, what can I help you? How can I help illuminate your world with my expertise? Well, you know, I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about how you approached this role. I know that this was a role written for tenors, and you are in fact a baritone. So, how are you coping with the challenges here? Ah, well, it's actually a role written for either tenor or baritone. Thank you very much. Massenet himself made some changes to allow other voice types as well, because of course a tenor is all fine and good, but a baritone has that rich, complex color in the voice, which I think makes the role of Werther all that more interesting. Well, that's funny. I always thought it was the high notes, but okay, whatever you say. Yeah. And tell us a little bit about what else? What would you like to know, ladies and gentlemen? Do you have any questions for our tenor Barry tenor? Really, ask him anything. No? Well, nobody really wants to know anything more about your life. They're apparently not all that fascinated by you. So I guess you need to work a little bit more on your PR. Yeah. But you know, you are rather hunky. What are you doing later? Could we, oh yeah, I mean, do you have connections to La Scala? Well, yeah, actually I do. Okay, then we're on. I'll meet you later at the stage door. Okay, bye. Okay, thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome.
So, just close the green room. And get ready to open the next scene, where it's already winter. And so we're gonna have a little winter scene, and Charlotte is hanging out. Let me show you. 1, 2. So Charlotte, German girl, feeling all the angst. She's there. She's reading lots of letters from this guy, constantly reading all the letters. And they're just falling at her. There's dozens of them, ladies and gentlemen. She's reading them every day, over and over and over. Because they're so beautiful, she even tucks them into her shirt so that we can remember that she's reading a letter. And, it's snow has fallen. So much snow. It's very wintry. But Charlotte isn't cold because the heat of her love for Werther, her secret forbidden love, is keeping her warm no matter what. And so that's happening. And she looks happy on the outside, but she's sad on the inside. And she's really upset about Werther and the tone that his letters have taken on lately. They're getting more and more depressive. She doesn't know what to do. She can't really take care of him. He's not really her responsibility. He has to take care of himself. But it's very disturbing, and she doesn't know if she could call a crisis hotline, but damn it, we don't have a crisis hotline. This is before socialized medicine. We don't have any way to help him. She's worried that he's just gonna crash somehow, and something horrible is gonna happen. And she's exactly right. Something horrible is going to happen. So she's reading the letters over and over and over, working herself up into a frenzy. And of course she sings about that. Here we go. she, as the letter said, is indeed trembling with fear. She's very worried now. She's just can't stop trembling all the time because, first of all, she's about to have a psychic break. Second of all, it's all very upsetting. And also it's very, very cold out here, so she goes inside. So she goes inside, and she's remembering how she wrote a letter to Werther, which was what he was referring to, and reminded him, there will be no yawning here. Do I need to sing again? Yes, please. Okay, but just hang on. I'll sing the yawning song. So the conversation that they had, of which she was reminding him, went something like this. Oh yes, I am married now to someone else. Yes, that is why I am leaving forever, and I'm threatening suicide. And I hope you miss me, because I will certainly miss you when I'm dead, even though I don't know what happens, but I imagine it's something very romantic and will solve all my problems, because that's how I think the world works. I'm very sad, and this is horrible, and I'm already also considering killing myself, but not really, because I like my pretty dresses. I bid you adieu, because this is the last farewell, really, the very, 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 very last farewell, until the next time I see you, when I bid you farewell again, because I cannot stop seeing you. It's too much. You must leave forever, really, truly. Just never come back here. Just leave me to have my boring life with my boring husband, and just just once. Okay, really, I mean it. Get out of here. Don't ever come back. Like, really never. Otherwise, terrible things will happen. Okay, yes, I will leave. Oh, but you're coming to Christmas, right? Yeah, sure, okay. That is truly how their conversation went. So he is going to come to Christmas, and she has to prepare by reading all his mopey letters over and over and over again. And that's what she's doing. Oh, hi! It's me, the coloratura, here to give the score another color, because if you have baritones plus mezzos, you need some high notes. And that's what I'm here to do. Ah, wonderful. I was just doing nothing at all. What's the matter? What's the matter with you? You look really a little upset. No, please, it's okay, everything's fine. Are you sure? Because, I don't know, you just seem a little upset to me, and all the kids are learning their Christmas carols, and they're really excited about Christmas, and they were wondering if you would come outside and, like, lead them. I'm tired of those brats! I don't want anything to do with them, or you, or anyone else! Get out! Okay. Okay, Charlotte. Okay. See you later. And this is actually the song that she sings when she tells me to get out.
Okay. Hyvä.
So, I don't know if you noticed, ladies and gentlemen, but she was actually singing to the gentle lady in the corner, trying to wake her up a bit. Did it work? This is a song, basically, I don't know how many of you can understand my exquisite French accent, but it's a song about if you have to cry, then just let it all out. So that's what she does. It's a song about, I have tears, I need to let them out, otherwise my soul is going to explode into a pool of darkness or something along those lines. This is what they thought in Germany at those times. Today in Germany they think, if you feel like crying, absolutely do not cry, just yell at somebody. So that's what they learned from this opera, ladies and gentlemen. It's very important to have had Goethe. And yeah, that's basically all that happens in this scene. It's all the important stuff. So just try to recapture that feeling you had at the end of the aria. Just another very, very short break. Because, you know, that's how it is. So, Brian?
Yeah,
I'm feeling a little Christmas spirit. How about you?
absolutely.
Yeah. I think we should have a little, let's make that last a little longer, shall we? Yeah. Play some Christmas tunes. So, it's Christmas. Wait, hold on. It's Christmas time. Everyone's excited. Except one guy. But, of course, he promised to come back for Christmas. Oops. And there he is. And there she is. And here they are. Torturing themselves. As anybody with an untreated mental illness knows, it doesn't get any better. So, he's wrapped pretty tight right now. He's not sure if he's going up or down. He's all mixed up. And what better way to celebrate that than by reading some poetry to your lady love. Some nice, depressing poetry. So, let's hear some of that, shall we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you prefer to hear it in the tenor key or the baritone key?
Baritone.
Okay, good.
Pourquoi me réveiller au souffle du printemps? Pourquoi me réveiller? Sur mon front je sens tes caresses, et pourtant bien proche est cet temps des orages et des tristes. Pourquoi me réveiller? Au souffle du
Hola.
Yeah. So, after that little outburst, that actually goes on a bit longer, but I thought we don't need to suffer any more than we already have by this guy. So, she's just completely beside herself and she can't contain her tears anymore. It's just so awful, and it's Christmas and this should be the happiest time of year, and it's not. And she's very sad. She leaves the room to go tend to the children because she's still doing that for some reason. And meanwhile, Werther sends a note to Albert. He sends him just an SMS or something. Hey Albert, what do you want? Yeah, I was just wondering if I could borrow your guns for a while because I'm going on a hunting trip. Yeah, sure, why not? That sounds reasonable. Sounds like a reasonable time to go hunting in the middle of Christmas. Yes. So as soon as you could get me those guns, I'd be real thankful. Thanks a lot.
India.
No problem. So Albert, of course, more than willing to oblige, even though this happens. You did what? He wanted what? Albert, you fucking idiot! And so they... It's too late though, because he's got all kinds of weapons. He's more than happy to share with Werther with this little doozy. There was also a knife. He thought, you know, maybe could come in handy. And this was also there. And this, you know, whatever he needed. Whatever he thought would do the job the best, whatever that job might be. So, feeling no danger to himself, obviously. And so Werther, he takes all the guns, has a nice long think about that, tries each one on. Maybe this one has that one feel. Maybe, doesn't it really? I don't know, kind of heavy. Could I? Yeah, that would do it, okay? Or how about this one? This one is, yeah, okay, like that could work. Yeah, alright. Knife. No, I'm a coward. That would definitely not work at all. So he... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a heavy scene. I think we all know by now what's going to happen. Do we not?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I'll just get this ready. And, it's a fresh package. He seems to go through a lot of blood here at the opera. And, does anyone in the front row want a poncho?
That's okay.
I won't make too much of a mess. Yeah, so, here we go.
So do we, honest. Heel goed.